syllabus of Civics second year English medium. Okay, so the syllabus of our 11 chapters in our side. The chapter number 1, Indian Constitution and Historical Context. అంటే భారత రాజ్యాంగం యొక్క చారిత్రక నేపథ్యం అంటాం ఇన్ తెలుగు. సో ద కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ ఇండియా, సో ద నేషనల్ మూమెంట్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ ఇండియన్ నేషనల్ మూమెంట్, బేస్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ ఇండియన్ నేషనల్ మూమెంట్. So these are all in the side of first chapter side. So the chapter number 2, it is fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy. So how many fundamental rights? So what are the objectives of fundamental rights? And then the directive principles of state policy. So the directive principles, how many types of directive principles? So what the way of directive principles and differences between fundamental rights and directive principles. What is the difference between these two? This is chapter number 2. And the next chapter number 3, this is union government. So the union government, it is a very important topic of yours. So the union government means, so the central executives like the President of India and the Vice President of India, the Prime Minister of India and the Ministers of India, the structure of Indian Parliament, just like the composition of Lok Sabha, the composition of Rajya Sabha. These are all, and also the Supreme Court of India. So what are the functions of Indian Supreme Court and the composition of Indian Supreme Court? These are all in the lesson number 3. And then the next 4th one is state government. So the state executives like the state functions of it, and the chief minister of the state and the ministers of the state, and the legislative council and legislative assembly, the speaker of state legislative assembly and the chairperson of state legislative council. These are all in the lesson number 4. This is state government. And the 5th one is central state relationship. So actually the relationship between state and central. So actually here the 3 kinds of relationship between state and central. One is legislative and relationship, and the second one is administrative relationship between state and central. The third one is economic relationship between state and central. In these economic relationship side, the Finance Commission, what are the Finance Commission, the composition of Finance Commission, the functions of Finance Commission, and the 6th one is local government. So actually the amendments of 73, the amendments of 74, so the administrative of rural, the administration system of urban, and the collector of district. So what the role of district collector in administration of district? So these are all in the side of these central and state relationship. These local governments are. And the 7th one is election system in India. It is new one of you. So this syllabus is a revised syllabus. So the election system, the election commission, the composition of election commission, the powers and functions of Indian Election Commission, and the system, the process of election. So this is the election commission, and the contemporary issues in Indian politics, and the collusion politics. So the way of the politics in our Indian politics present. So this is the lesson number 8. And then the ninth one is emergencies of Telangana state. So actually the emergencies of Telangana state, the agitation of Telangana, the agreements of Gentil, these are all in the side of this. And the 10th one is smart governance. So the good governance, it is the smart governments. Present nowadays, the e-governance, it is the most important governance system now present. So what is e-governance? These are all in this smart governance side. And the 11th one is India and the world. So in this side, the United Nations Organization, the structure of United Nations Organization, the functions and powers of United Nations Organization, and the SARC, the BRICS, these are all in these India and the world side. So actually the blueprint is not in our side. The Board of Intermediate do not release the blueprint. So actually the first lesson, so actually the examination pattern same, first year pattern, second year same pattern. Section A, you write any 3 out of 5. Every question carries 10 marks. 3 into 10 are 30. And then the section B, the 12 questions, you write any 8. Every question carries 5 marks. It is the section B. In the section C, it is 20. You write any 15 to the 30. So this is the model of intermediate second year civics paper. Okay, right. And next we discuss about the further concepts. We discuss about the first lesson, that is the Indian Constitution and historical context. Okay, sir.